At the time, we were incredibly popular. Whenever someone would come in, my cabaret would be absolutely packed. You can imagine that with 20 women working in it, there was always something going on. My motto has always been to give priority to the well-being of the women working for me. Only after that was it about making the customers happy. This has always worked out.
Swiss Public Television first visited Brigitte Honauer 10 years ago. At the time, women from Russia and Ukraine worked for her. Today, her cabaret has been converted into a restaurant. Changes in legislation have put an end to the special work permit that was issued to cabaret and exotic dancers arriving from countries that don't have a free labour accord with Switzerland. The authorities concluded that the special work permit was encouraging prostitution.
I'm sorry I had to close, because the women who used to work for me aren't happy. Many have managed to buy apartments and have families, but they don't have a job. This is hard, of course.
Nowadays, beer is served where cabaret dancers once performed. Brigitte Honauer doesn't agree that this change to the law will protect women from exploitation.
We were always supervised. We even had to send the wages to the immigration officials, where they were checked to see if we paid the women properly.
In the cabaret, a guest would spend several hundred francs on champagne and erotic shows. Brigitte Honauer says that men today seek cheaper thrills. Dancers at Honauer's cabaret earn 2,700 francs after tax. Whether they chose to have sex with their clients in their own time was up to them.
Clearly, not all the dancers would have sex with the customers. Nevertheless, clients would come back several times and spent their money in the club. It had much more to do with entertainment.
A counselling centre for women in the sex trade agrees that the special permit shouldn't have been abolished, as it gave them legal protection.
Not having this special permit makes the situation for women arriving from non-EU countries much more difficult.
With no dancers arriving from Ukraine and Russia, it will be the end of an era. Many cabarets have been forced to close down. For the other women employed there, it'll mean seeking out other work.
These non-EU women will still come to Switzerland, but they will be forced to work illegally and will be more exposed to violence and exploitation. It will be difficult for them to protect themselves.
Asylum seekers are now housed above the cabaret where the dancers used to live. Honauer manages to make ends meet, but the same can't be said of her former employees.
They can't go anywhere else to work. They used to go to Turkey. Now they can only work illegally in other kinds of clubs. Of course, that's just the women who haven't gotten married yet.